that's rushing, we slow it down, finding light where shadows surround. Heart to heart, where the truth is told, we rise together, stories unfold. The road is within. If you don't go within, you go without. Every voice, every heart, it's what we're about. Together we rise, hand in hand, soul to soul, warm, safe and loving, making each other.
Wow.
Oh, we always love that song.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful.
We are so happy to be here today. We have a special guest that we'll bring on soon. But
we have a great topic.
Oh, we do.
But we have to introduce ourselves. We can't forget
Go
that,
right ahead, and then we'll say our beautiful
Alrighty.
topic, which is right there anyway. But
That's
you know,
true.
we're going to say it again.
I am Coach Rochelle.
And I am Coach Alisha Schwartz. Now, what is our title today? Oh, it's such a good one.
It is. It really is.
Burned out or fired
up.
Finding balance again. And we all know what this feels like, especially
I think this time
during
of
the
year,
holidays.
Yeah, it's even more
because
so.
people get ramped up and they got to finish projects and they've got to, you know, deadlines before the new year.
And then they have to go shopping.
And then they got to go shopping.
Like that. Yeah.
We
We don't have that problem.
We have
such
a very small family. So the gifts become less and less. Good news for us.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So let's talk about it. Burnt
Alrighty.
out or fired up. So give me something about, you know, about your burnt out. You know, what does that look like for you?
You know, it's interesting because the first thing, of course, came to my mind was your father. Because number one, I was very young when I met him, very young when I married him. And all that I wanted to do once I got into a lot of inner work is I wanted to change him. And I can't tell you how burnt out I was, but it didn't stop me. I kept on doing it more and more. But I think the same thing happens when you do a workshop, a transformational workshop, and you come out, all you want to do is change the world.
Yeah.
All right. And then people, especially your family, goes, oh God, again. And if they're not in alignment with you, forget about it. You're
a never-ending story.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. And I think that really, when you try and try and try, when in fact it has to come to you. You're the one.
So you would say that because of the relationship you had with my father, your ex-husband, was very much of a burnout.
Oh, God.
Because you kept trying and
so
trying.
many different
So how many
things.
people out there are in relationships, whether it's an intimate relationship, a friendship,
that's
a business relationship, that, you know, you keep trying to change the person or have your will, and you're going to get burnt out so fast. And by the way, you can't change them.
Absolutely not.
Just so you know, you're never gonna get there to change anybody.
No, and it's frustrating. And you become like a dish rag. You're like, okay, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I think
it just doesn't. Even with our clients, they come to us. And they are burnt out. They really are.
Yeah. Whether that's, you know, a job that they can't take anymore, a relationship, or doing the same thing over and over. You can't change a person. That is correct.
Yeah.
That is so true. So I think for me, and I'm learning it even more now, is, you know, we talk about it in our work, is the limiting beliefs that keep us tied to the past. And what a burnout. It is such a burnout to keep going to that same old belief and pattern and behavior.
Yep.
So if your pattern and behavior was similar to mine, like I'm not enough, you're going to create people, situations, and circumstances to make that belief true about you, because that's what you believe unconsciously. I'm not good enough. I'm not enough. And that can run through, and I've been really seeing it with my eyes wide open, all the areas that I've still stayed in that belief structure. Now you change the belief structure, you look to a new way of behavior to wipe that belief. And guess what? You create, now that you're enough, You create people, situations, and circumstances that reflect who you are being.
And it also eliminates those people that are not in alignment with you.
Yeah, I mean,
They go,
they just float
Yeah.
away. And again, I don't want to make any of that wrong, because I think it's just part of growing and
Mhm.
evolving and changing and moving on. And the thing that about the burnout is, if you don't start to do some inner work to realize what that is for you, you'll go a lifetime creating the same thing, and you will get the same result.
Right, same patterns, same beliefs,
behavior,
judgments.
same people, same
Yep.
circumstances, and it might show up in just one area, or might show up, if you look deeper, it probably shows up in most areas.
I would say
That's
that's
what I'm
pretty
seeing.
true.
And it doesn't matter how much work you do, everybody, it's just part of evolving and part of changing and growing. So that's what I would say.
I think that's
And
pretty true.
moving into more, being fired up. And that's
Yeah.
kind of where we're going in a few
Yeah.
minutes. But
Well, I
What
love
else?
that. I think another thing that burns you out is that when you haven't done anything, any work, what happens is you become a people pleaser. So all you want to do is please everybody. And guess what? Honey, you can get burnt out in no time,
yeah.
because it's like a dead end. You
Yeah.
can't change anybody, even though you have good intentions.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
And, again, are there gifts to, being burnt out? Absolutely.
yeah,
The gifts for
absolutely.
me and my belief structures and changing and growing is I get to really look deeper,
Mhm.
really go in and really connect and really look and find, wow, now I see it even clearer. I can change it, create a new behavior, a new belief. And then what happens? My external world shifts too.
Yeah. and
So,
it's
yeah.
true.
So, what else, real quick, before we bring in our guest and we
Okay.
go to commercial?
A great question, I think, is what dream have you been putting off that still keeps you tugging at you, that still constantly is tugging at you? What dream?
Well, what dream? I guess it would be to live in two places.
Yep.
that would be my dream.
Yeah.
To live in two places, and working on it. But yeah, that would be one of them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's a very
That's the
big
first thing
one
that
for me
pops up.
too, is to live in two places.
Yeah.
And I think we can create it
Oh yeah.
without a doubt. I mean, without a doubt. And I think for me is also in all the possibilities of healing my body.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm working on.
Yeah.
And it gets me fired up when I see the opportunities
Yeah.
that people do change and people can heal. And that gives me that feeling, that sense of, yeah, I mean, if they're doing it, why can't I?
Yeah. And I also think that if you are struggling with your body,
Mm-hmm.
like whatever area, that could be a burnout too.
It certainly
Right?
can.
And so what do we need to do every day to really shift that in all areas?
Right.
Where we're now like, wait, oh my God, I'm so excited to change my body. I'm so excited to change that belief that I was not enough and now I am enough. And it's, again, doing something that is in the old structure of that belief,
Yeah.
changing it to
And
create
so-
a new behavior in the new belief. So for instance, if I had a client that I was charging less because I felt not enough, and then all of a sudden I say, wait a minute, I can't do that anymore because I'm enough. My prices have to reflect where I am today.
Mhm.
So there you go. You change a and sometimes you'll lose people in that. Maybe you'll lose a client, maybe you'll lose a friend, maybe you'll lose, but you also have to stand in and trust that
Yeah, in your power.
it's no longer serving you.
Yeah. And I think that when you do that, it just gives you an opportunity to bring in the people that are in alignment with you and who
Absolutely.
you want to be with as you shift and change your beliefs. And yeah, I think that also what helps as far as doing some kind of a nugget
Yeah.
would be just sitting and meditating in the stillness. I mean, it is just the most phenomenal thing if you can. A lot of people have a hard time with it, and it is a practice. But the other thing that has always helped, and I know that our clients love this, is that they write down what they're grateful for.
Yeah.
And what a great time of the year. Not that it should only be this time of the year, but I think every day just to stop and say, what is it that you are grateful for right now, that you can stand in that place of peace and love and acceptance and happiness and joy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so being fired up, one of the things you're saying is also writing a gratitude.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's looking in the mirror, saying how much
Yes.
you love yourself, whatever it
Yeah.
is to keep you and get you fired up.
Yeah.
You know, we're all about it. That's for sure. And maybe it's wearing something new.
Like you.
I'm wearing a new top today
Yes.
because I wanted to be more cheerful for the new year coming through. Silver is silver bells.
Or the silver lining.
Or the silver lining of my
Yeah.
life. You know, we all have to, on some level, whether you're in any kind of personal growth or not, evolving your soul is very important to continue to do. From my perspective, that's for me. I'm in this because it supports us in not only our own healing, but others and supporting them in their healing and being their guides for them and their coaches. What can you say?
I just think that one of the things that I just started doing, because I heard this person say it, and I swear to God, I don't even know what the reason is, but I liked it. You take your alternate hand and you brush your teeth.
Yep.
And then you say to yourself in the mirror, I love you 10 times.
Oh,
And then you, the last one, it was so, you go, yeah, yeah. And you do 10 times. I'm telling you, the guy said, if you don't see anything, then I'll give you your money back.
So with all that said, we're going to take a sponsor break, and then we're going to bring our guests back in a moment. Be right back. Hello.
Hey.
There she
Miss
is.
Belinda.
We welcome
Blume.
Belinda Blume to the stage. Hello.
Blume.
Blume. You say Blume. I say Bloom. You say Bloom. I say Bloom. Bloom. Belinda.
She's blooming.
She is blooming.
Remember, it's beloved, understood, mindful, empowered. There's the E at the end. Blume.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
That's true. You're
How
absolutely
are you, Alisha and Rochelle?
We're
are
doing great. We're happy to have you.
Yes.
Me too. I was watching the commercial, and it's just so beautiful. All of this is just really
Aw,
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank Barbara. Too,
Yeah.
she's the one.
Yes, she's amazing.
She is. She's
What a
amazing.
gift.
So
Yeah.
fired up, right? Or
We're
burned
getting
out.
Fired up, baby.
What burns? What have you seen in your lifetime, or where you are today, that has you feeling, let's say, burnt out? For people out there, because there's a lot of burnout, as you know.
Yeah. So burnout can show up for me if I want to do too many things at the same time. So I'm a visionary, as I know that the two of you are, and I see so many things in the future, and I want to do that, and I want to do that, and then the swirl happens, and then because of doing things like that, then you could lose balance in your life with your family, your friends, your physical, mental, spiritual. You know, practicing this work can be put to the back burner because we're focused on what we want to do instead of being a human being instead of a human doing.
Yeah.
So that definitely, and I could relate so much. I have notes from what you were sharing before about wanting to change people, and oh, that can definitely create burnout. Going to any event and coming back and you're like, I want to teach the world.
Yep.
But and then finding the people that actually want to know about this work is beautiful, because then you can share with people that they're eager for the information.
Yeah.
And then those people can get burnout. I know I've done it and still can do it, where it's you hear about this thing going on, this workshop going on, this person has this book, all these different things. And I am just the eternal student. And so I want to learn everything and know about everything. And it's been really great to go into my heart and allow for the pause before I say I'm going to join in the next workshop, or I'm going to read this book, or I'm going to download this, or I'm going to listen to this podcast, to take a breath and ask, is this what I need right now? Because there's a lot going on out there that's telling you, you got to do this right now or you're going to lose the opportunity. And it's not true. The teacher shows up when we're ready. And so
100%.
we can listen to this, because that will guide us to where we really need to go.
Yeah, I love what you're
Yeah.
saying about being guided by your heart, really checking
And
in.
that's the most important thing. That's really, if you listen to that, it will guide you. It really will.
And it will guide you to the right thing.
Yes, totally.
And the right teacher, or the right,
Yes.
instead of, like you're saying, doing all of these things
Yeah.
could actually hinder you from what you really need, because you're circulating around all over the place.
Yeah.
1000%.
Or what can happen is, how about you don't have to do anything?
Imagine.
Imagine that.
What is that?
Anything.
What would that feel like? Who would you be? Who would you be?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's
it's interesting, even the part, going from burnout to fired up. And then where's that in between space, and making sure that you have that every day, where you're being centered and being grounded. And you were talking about meditating. And for many people, they think that means I got to sit there and be quiet for like an hour. And that's what meditation is. Eckhart Tolle talks about 1 minute. It's like, if you took 1 minute each day and purposeful breath, close your eyes, leave your eyes open, purposely breathing down, feeling that breath going through your body, and then letting it go slow. 1 minute. He said that would be the biggest transformation that you could ever have in your life. And then everything else is a bonus.
it's true.
1 minute. We all have 1 minute, right? If not, what kind of life do we have?
And isn't it always about the breath? That is probably the most important. There's so many different variations of breathing.
Yeah.
But if you just start, and like you said, you can go out into nature and just be still, or hug a tree. I mean, it's so powerful.
Yeah. So, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So, with what you're saying, what fires you up? What keeps you fired up?
A lot of different things.
There's a lot.
I can bet on that.
I'm glad you brought that up, because people have a tendency to say, I'm so burned out because, and then they give you the explanation of why they're burned out. And so, yes, of course, they're going to be burned out, because we are whatever we say we are. So then the question is, why are you fired up? What's your because after that? And so what fires me up is when, and so in my business life, is when I know that somebody gets something that maybe they didn't get before. And then that makes me want to teach that even more, or be an even better teacher, help even more in my business. In my family, what gets me fired up is when I know that we're having a real connection, instead of just kind of sitting around, watching television, or just not really communicating with each other. People have a tendency to be sitting there on their phones, and they're acting like they're listening. But I get fired up when I know that I'm having a conversation, and I feel connected to my son or my husband or anybody that I'm with. That fires me up. Knowing that I'm making a difference in my life or someone else's life, whether it's personal, Those are the things that fire me up the most. Learning, I love learning. That fires me up. Learning something new. Of course, it's the things I like to learn. Let's just be honest. It's not all.
That is true.
I don't just love
What you're
learning.
interested in is what really what fires you up.
And I think another thing is, and this is so important, is being able to have that sacred moment by actually looking at people as they speak, looking at their eyes, really being into what it is they're saying.
Yeah.
And I think that is a lot of people just somehow are busy and, but yeah, that is such an important thing for me because I want to be heard, but I want to be in the listening of somebody else too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We want to
really,
be seen.
right.
We all do, right?
No question about it.
So I guess I have a question. What dream have you been putting off that still is tugging at you? Can you think of a dream that you've been putting off?
I can. So it's something I kind of keep going back to. I've been a singer for my entire life since I was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
And so for a long time, that was my goal in life, is to be a famous singer. And there were reasons behind that I don't have that desire anymore for those reasons. However, it still tugs at me. So I was listening to what you were talking about, and I was thinking, I wonder where that will show up in what I'm doing in whatever way.
Well, I know that you've exercised that because we've spoken to you several times about different things you've been doing that implement the singing part of you, right? Remember, you did a couple of different things, workshops, and you brought that part of you. So you are using it in some way, right?
Yes. Not to the degree. There's more ideas that haven't come to fruition. So we've talked about what I see for doing workshops with the voice, but that actually has not happened yet.
Okay. So 2026, that could be a very big possibility.
Yeah. Yes, I believe
And if
so.
you need a backup singer, I'm here.
We could be your backup girls, singers. Yeah, that would be fun.
That is funny though. So
I was going to tell you, because I'm a word person. I am. The two of you want to live in two places, and just for some clarity, it's impossible.
Well, just so you know, it is impossible if you're not prioritizing how that's going to look. You have to be clear, right?
No, I mean that we can't live in two places at one time.
Oh, well, yeah.
Sometimes it's literally the clarity of something like that can make a difference, because sometimes we say things, and even though we're thinking, oh, I don't mean it like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you get really clear about what you want and you're
Okay. Two different places.
Yes, two different places that we would love to be in.
Yes, totally.
And a couple months, maybe 6 months here, 3 months there. We'd get clearer on what that looks like, but that is true.
Yeah, that is true. Thank you for that. Good coaching.
Yes, absolutely.
Always a coach. No matter what.
I couldn't help it.
Okay. Always welcome.
That is good.
So one question about the fire it up part is, what would your day look like if you prioritize joy first?
So when I prioritize joy first, and it's not perfect. We all know that this is a practice. Life happens. So the most joyful days are when I'm purposeful, when I go to sleep. So when I go to sleep, I think about what it is that I was grateful for about that day. And then also stating, because my days are not always consistent. So sometimes I might be getting more sleep. So stating how many hours of sleep I'm going to get. This is exactly the amount of sleep that I need. I'm going to wake up feeling really refreshed, and going to sleep with that. Then waking up and having the first thought be, what am I grateful for? So even if another thought comes in, catching that as quick as possible. And then waking up, getting some water, getting the energy flowing in the body, and start with a meditation. And then moving into gratitude, and then doing my full morning routines. That sets me up for the most joyful days. And I feel so successful because I'm doing more things in my day than in my previous life, I'll call it. In the first hour of the day, I'm accomplishing more than I had done for years.
And
So,
what time do you start that practice every day? Like right when you get up, like you go right?
yes.
Okay.
That is when it feels the most joyful. Now, are there mornings that it's not happening? Of course. And
Right.
that is where then I feel like I am kind of chasing my morning.
Mm.
And then it's renaming it and not calling it a morning, because I did that for a while. I would say, "Oh, I didn't do my morning," and then I'm catching up to the morning, but now it's the afternoon. So naming what are my priorities. And I read a phenomenal book, because I believe I don't need to recreate the wheel. The Miracle Morning, or the Morning Miracle. Hal Elrod wrote the book. Fabulous book, helped me really get an order to what my morning is going to look like. I kind of made it my own. One of the things that he did is he said, have an hour of power and give yourself a beautiful opportunity that if you, for whatever reason, you wake up late, something happened, give yourself 5 or 6 minutes. And it's so much fun. So you take 1 minute of meditation. This is specifically for his.
Yeah.
1 minute affirmation, 1 minute visualization, exercise, reading, and then scribing. It's so much fun when you do it in the 6 minutes. You're like, wow, look at how much I accomplished in that amount of time. So it brings a lot of joy.
That's awesome. What were you going to say?
So looking at this whole thing, being fired up,
Burnt
out, balance, what has been the biggest shift for you in your life, whether it's business or personal, that has really changed you, that you can look back at your previous life and look at this life and say, wow, I really did good. I'm so proud of myself. Is there an area?
So I want you to say that question one more time, because I want to make sure I understand if you're asking about a specific time or what did I do?
Now, what was something that you could look back at in your life that, let's say, you struggled with?
Okay.
And now, as you look back and you're not there, you can really acknowledge yourself and say, wow, I look at that and I'm so proud of myself that I was able to move forward.
So experiencing anxiety, that was something I struggled with. I was to the point where I wasn't really able to leave my house. I had a minor car accident once, and I needed to go down to the police station, and I just didn't want to go. I was crying the whole way there because I had to leave my house. And so I was having that kind of anxiety. I didn't even know it was anxiety. I thought, I don't know if I can curse. Can I say a word?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. I thought I was a bitch.
To New York people.
Yes.
Welcome to New York. I just thought I was a bitch. I didn't understand that it was anxiety that I was experiencing. Once I found out it was anxiety, I was like, I have a badge. I have anxiety. I told everybody. And I realized my mind never shut up. I was like, one day just fascinated. I was like, wow, look at all the stuff that's going on in there. So when my biggest transformation in my life was in 2018. And that is when I discovered how you can change your beliefs, how you can change your patterns, about just quieting the mind and using guided meditation, not silent meditation. I was never a silent meditator. I needed something to override this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that morning that I just described to you, that really changed everything. Just deciding I'm going to start learning something every day, taking care of my mind, body, and spirit. And by doing that, it got me out of that old pattern of thinking I needed to be in burnout mode with my husband, because I used to want to change him and change
You're not the only one out there in the world, right? You're the only one in the world that's wanting to change your husband.
Exactly. But you know what? The change comes not from them. It really does come from us. I know it sounds so cliche, but it really does.
No, but it's true.
It's so true.
It is true.
But he has to be willing also.
Yeah, it's true.
He has to be willing, right?
Yeah, but it's interesting that you didn't know it was anxiety, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that are listening that were maybe in a similar scenario that you were in, and they didn't know. So what would you say to somebody that was struggling and didn't know what that would look like? What would you say to them? How can you help them?
So I felt very uncomfortable. My body felt uncomfortable. I wasn't breathing. I was holding my breath. a lot. And because I was uncomfortable, I was lashing out to the people closest to me, because when we're uncomfortable, your body is screaming. So then you're screaming. And I would use anger to override the feeling of sadness, because I'm sure I was feeling scared and fearful and didn't understand why. And I was also stuck in a lot of stories. I had a lot of trauma in the past. So I was stuck in stories around my childhood, around abuse, around things that were going on as an adult. And because I was living in those stories, talking about them a lot, surrounding myself with more problems, then I was keeping myself in that space of feeling anxiety. And breathing, I would say that's probably the biggest change, is I went from not breathing, because I was holding my breath like a professional, to relaxing and breathing and feeling my body and feeling my core. That was a huge change.
Wow. So people out there, Belinda's just sharing and being the example that if you're feeling the anxiety, just take a moment and breathe. Just go to your body, right? And just
wait. I want to say, I got to capture you on this one. So it's telling a person that's experiencing anxiety or anger to just breathe. I want you to know, I would be like, fuck you.
Yeah, of course.
Just breathe. That's why it's important to practice in the morning before anything happens, because if we wait until we're in the situation, I remember in therapy, they were like, count to 10. I was like, count to 10? I'm at like 5 billion by the time I'm counting to 10. So it's practiced in private. What you want to show up in public is really important.
It's interesting to say that, because I remember, but I never even thought it was anxiety. I never breathe. I didn't breathe correctly. I would hold my breath until I learned what it was to start to breathe.
Well, because we're such shallow breathing, we don't even know we're breathing, right? We're just breathing because it's our body's doing what it's doing is breathing. But how many people really know how to breathe?
And when you're breathing, this is if I ask everyone to take a deep breath, if we all do it now, I'll let you guys do it. Take a deep breath on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Breathe in deep and see what happened there. And that you're not getting the breath. You want to breathe out of your belly. So when you breathe in deep, your shoulders won't go up. Your belly goes out.
I feel the difference.
The belly to go out, right?
That is good. Yeah, that is great.
Then you get the nice full breath.
It's not in the, I get it. It's from the belly.
That's good.
That is good.
That really is
good.
That's
great. Wow.
I tell you.
You're something, Missy. I just think, and so now that you've already talked to us about, and everybody else about being burnt out and fired up, how do you find balance is the question in all of that. Is there
practice, and it's not a perfect.
No.
It really, that's all I can say over and over and over, because people think that, someone that has a podcast or somebody that has a community, they have it all together. They're like, their life is great now. Life is going to continue to happen. People are going to continue to show up. And when you're practicing this work, it makes it so that you can navigate through without suffering, without I was on medication. I was drinking wine at night. I was sleeping all the time, scrolling, watching TV, watching a lot of news, unhealthy activities. So practice loving yourself. And again, I know it sounds really cliche, but that's the secret to real success, is learning how to navigate and be happy no matter what's going on. And remember that you get to do things. You don't have to do anything.
That's right.
That's so true.
Amen.
Oh my God. True.
Belinda, you're the bomb.com.
I love you ladies so
much.
We
love you
so
and
much.
We could talk forever because
I know, I can't believe it's over.
There's so many topics and conversations. We'll have you back, I'm sure.
Yes.
With another amazing topic.
Yes.
And but we really bless you and thank you, and know you're going to have the best 2026.
Yay!
We all are.
We all are, and just eternally grateful.
Yes, we are so grateful to you.
I love you too.
Love you.
So with that, we love you. We bless you.
Yay!
And we will be right back for our sponsor break. We're back.
We are back.
We're
with some
back, and
nuggets.
we are so happy we have Belinda.
Yes,
She's amazing. We
she
love
is.
her. And takeaways for today.
And I think
some
that,
actions.
Yeah, and I think Belinda gave us some really good feedback.
Absolutely.
And
Some coaching now,
information,
too.
and we're never too old to learn.
We love that.
No, so one of them is, which I didn't realize, is in the breath work.
I know.
Isn't that amazing?
You know what?
Oh, my
Belinda
God.
really highlighted that.
Yeah, and I think you can use it. I mean, use it. That's what it's here for. Learn.
So one of the actions you can take, I think this is what you're saying,
is basically taking a nice deep breath
in from the belly.
in from the belly. Because then if your shoulders go up, you're not breathing.
You're not breathing. You're not coming from the soul.
No.
So it's okay if you find yourself in burnout,
Oh yeah.
right?
Just
take a
few
step
moments.
back,
Yeah.
clear your space for a minute, close your eyes, take a deep breath from the belly, and then just come back. And then do that like 3 or 4 times, just to
it's
give
so
yourself some
great.
grace in between.
And so
the
what
crazy.
else? What else? What else?
So another action you could take if you're feeling a burnout is maybe shut your phone. Shut your phone for like 10 minutes. You know,
Your phone,
your
computer,
TV, don't watch anything
Yep.
for like 10, 15 minutes.
just to be.
Just allow yourself to be in the space and the quiet so you can shut down. That's right, shut down. And you'll find a lot in the shutdown. A lot.
And you can also write after that too, if you want to write down something that
Journal?
you received, and journal about it, which is
Yeah.
also so powerful.
And then on the lighter side, on the fired up side, an action you can take is perhaps wear your favorite outfit, put on some music,
And
dance,
dance.
dance. Or look in the mirror. Mirror
Yeah.
something you always wanted to say to yourself, like I'm the light of the world, or I'm the beautiful inside and out, and say your name. I, Alisha Schwartz, am the most beautiful woman in the world.
Amen.
So just to highlight some things that you could do to fire yourself up. Dressing up is always great. It really is. It makes you feel really
and
good.
I think music is like the
Music.
bomb. Thebomb.com.
Talk to people you love.
Yes. Call them and tell them, you know what? I was thinking about you. Just wanted to connect with you and tell you I love you.
All the ways you add to my life,
Yeah.
whatever that is for you, right?
But absolutely, 100%.
If on the burnout side you need a coach,
Yes.
hello,
Here we
you
go.
need support, you can DM us, you could do a discovery call. There's ways in which you can get the support you need.
Without a doubt. And we have some programs coming into the new year that will let you know soon.
Get a coach. That's right.
But yeah, get a coach.
Other things you could do to fire yourself up. How about do some jumping jacks?
Oh, God.
Get your body moving. Do some kind of movement. Moving is so powerful to get things moving.
But you know what else I
rolling.
thought of when you said that? I used to do this. I was, it came up for me many years ago, was to go to the playground and just go on a swing. I loved it.
Yeah, playgrounds are fun.
I loved it. It's
Yeah.
like very freeing, and it's just an exercise that you can give yourself
There's
to
nothing
do.
better than
There
that.
isn't. There really isn't. Or coloring.
Oh, I love
Do
to
I
color.
love coloring?
Fire yourself up.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and ask yourself, what can I do today that makes me feel happy? Fired up,
Joyful.
happy, joyful, right? What
Yeah.
can I do today to make me feel more joy, more peace, more love?
And you know what happens as you do some of these things? You will notice your body feels so light and so happy that it just shifts the dynamics of going from not being happy to being joyful and happy and childlike and loving. I mean, what better way to do that, to give yourself the gift of something so beautiful as to
Yeah.
doing that?
The other thing that, you can write a love letter to yourself. I always say, write a love letter to yourself. Everything you've always wanted from a lover to tell you, write it. That could fire you up to
it's
bring in
funny.
that kind of relationship you've always wanted, right?
And coming back to that, I remember someone saying to me, did you ever like make room if you want a relationship? Do you ever make room for somebody in a drawer or in a closet? Or do you get yourself some beautiful pajamas, or I don't like negligees. I'm too old for that now. I like comfort, but pretty, and just dress like there is somebody here and it's you because of how you feel about yourself.
Or they say, set up your table.
Your table, yes.
Your dining room table,
Yeah,
like
I
your
did
lover's
that.
coming
Yes.
with a place setting, and, make room in your closet.
Yeah,
So,
it's true.
I know that there's a lot of
It's
things
energy
going on
shifting,
now
yes.
too with the dating world. I know Bethany Frankel.
Yes,
She's doing some core, I think it's the core.com.
I don't think it's core. I think it's core something.
Yeah. But anyway,
It's
going to be,
phenomenal.
it sounds great. So
it is.
good for you. And it
Yeah.
looks interesting. So
And she's creating a community as well as a dating site.
yeah, she's phenomenal.
Brilliant. She's
so
just brilliant.
God bless you, Bethany Frankel.
Yes.
So with that, I know that the new year's coming, 2026. So maybe it's watching this again to show you the things that you could do to fire yourself up, the things that maybe you can learn from each of us around burnout. And maybe this year, just, put in one new behavior, one thing you want to change, one behavior you like to change, right? And one new behavior you would like to bring into the new year.
And you could write about it. You can let go of
journaling is powerful.
Yeah, it is. It's so, so powerful. What you want to let go of, what you want to bring in, and then you can let go of it and burn it. We've been doing that a lot too.
Yeah. Because energetically,
yes,
you want to break those ties energetically of those things that are keeping you from the future self you want to be and have. So we will see you. Wrapping it up. So we will see you next week with our podcast. Together we rise. Oh, by the way, like and subscribe.
Oh, yes.
Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, Mother-Daughter Dynamic Duo. Thank you.
Thank you. And so with that being said,
we'll see you
next
next week.
Mwah.
In a world that's rushing, we slow it down, finding light where shadows surround, heart to heart where the truth is told.